Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm MySQL. In this MySQL tutorial, we discuss the topic is the triggers. Yesterday class, we had discussed triggers and definition of triggers. So I remember yesterday topics. I remove this. I hope everybody enable my screen in the notepad. What is yesterday we had discussed the types of what is the trigger and types of trigger even where we are using triggers, what is the need of triggers. So in MySQL, triggers is defined as that some event or ID occurred in this existing table is called triggers. Sometimes MySQL triggers we call stored procedure. Just like we are using triggers, it will show update, delete, insert, returns the create trigger. Just like update, delete, insert is like an event. Create trigger. How to create the trigger? We are using trigger having three conditions or events and two times. Two times means times. Just like time means before or after, and event means insert, update, delete. Syntax is like a create trigger, trigger name, time, event on existing table for each row. Already we had implemented in MySQL yesterday class. So please watch before video. You can't see in before video. You won't understand this video. That's what I'm looking in before video. So create trigger like this delimiter. Now we are creating trigger where the table name is the student one. I took a student one. That's what I am here now, student one. But I had input a sample table. So through the help of sample trigger, through the help of existing like student name, age, score, delimiter. This is the creation of a trigger. Create trigger, trigger name. I gave sample trigger before insert on student for each row. This is the logic and delimiter. How to show the trigger? Just like syntax is show trigger, trigger name, drop trigger, syntactic drop trigger. So now today class we discussed types. In MySQL, triggers mainly what you write six types where the event occurred. Event is occurred like that. One is before insert trigger, after insert trigger. As of now, third one is like same before update trigger. Fourth one is after update trigger. Fifth one is before insert delete trigger. Sixth one is after update after delete trigger. Trigger. Now we discussed before inserting trigger. I will share my screen. So before inserting trigger as what is that? Just like the before insert trigger is row level trigger supported by the MySQL database as its name suggests. This trigger is executed right before a value is being inserted into database table. Just like already we had implemented yesterday in MySQL, already as you know how to create the trigger and also student table even. So the sample trigger. Delimiter is like syntax. Delimiter create trigger. Trigger table name. Trigger name is like a sample trigger. Before means time. What we are taking the type of before insert, right? So that is before insert on student. Student means existing table for each row begins. If condition. This is the logic. New dot score less than 35. Then set new dot grade is fail. So in our exams, less than 35 person is fail. Out of 100, less than 35 fail. That is the logic. Else is set a new dot grade pass. And if this is the logic, I copy this. So already we had created trigger created sample enter. What insert on student for each row if no score less than 35, then set new dot grade. Yeah, some mistake is here, so I do recreate the table. So error unknown come like a grade is not here, so create this, delete this table, drop table student. So create table student name, name, worker, age, int, score, int, grade, grade, worker. Spelling mistake. What? Create table, table name, student, name, worker, age, int, semi, score, int, comma, query, okay. Student, okay. Now I copy this trigger, enter, query. So what is the logic? So logic is like less than 100, they will fail in this exam. So insert values. Insert into student values, name, Nagaraju, age 24, score first rank, grade. Okay, the value is null. So I 23 to null. Tarak some values 22 4 given null. Score is like subject score 90 34 35 Tarak 23 score 35. Fourth one Sam age like 35 score like 36 default null. Enter. So row affected. So select star from student. Look in this. Nagra, I give a 9 day. That's what he is passed. Sai 34 fail. 35 pass. 36 pass. Because less than 35, it will fail. Equals not a problem. That's the logic. This is before inserting. Then after inserting the trigger. So after inserting the what is the need? So after we had implemented before the student pass or fail. So after inserting what? So after inserting trigger is a row level trigger supported by the MySQL database. As its name suggests, the after insert trigger is executed right after a value is inserted into database table only. To elaborate, whenever an insert statement is executed in the database, the value is inserted into table first followed by the trigger execution. Hence, one cannot update a newly insert row using the after insert trigger. So as you know, the syntax of trigger, create trigger, trigger name after insert. So now we are taking after because the type is after insert. That's what after insert and table name for each row begin trigger now. So create table users. So I'm creating one user table, just like create table username, some names. So create table push notifications. After that's what we are create two tables. So delimiter, like this is the logic. Create trigger after trigger. After insert on users. Users means existing table one for each row begins if new birth date is not null. Logic is like this. Insert into push notifications like this is a insert into second table existing table convert after inserting second table values new id new date of birth concat happy birthday new dot name. This is the logic. So I would usually in this MySQL server we are creating users first, copy this. Already we know that how to create the table. That's what I'm copy pasting now. So just now before create, we had created a student. It is easy to create the table. That's what I'm copy pasting. So because of time taking, it's to tell each time. That's what I'm copy pasting. Then so you observe the logic. just like what is the meaning of after inserting. So already some existing table is here like id, name, age, birth date, primary key, some already four tables is here. So second one is the same id, name, age, birth date, notification, birth date. So birth date is not none. So using this following create trigger statement, create a new trigger. Already using these tables, you create a new trigger after trigger on the users table, like a table one, to insert values into the push notification. Push notification means the second table. So delimiter, we know that the syntax create trigger after trigger. This is the table name of a trigger name. After means type of trigger after insert on users. You know what I mean? Existing table like table one for each row inserting. So we are pushing in a second table if new dot birth date. We took a new dot means a new birth date. I give a new birth date is not none. Then insert into push notifications values. So we took some value, it automatically updated in this push notification table also, like a new id, new date, new dot id, new dot birth date, concat happy birthday, new dot name. So end if end delimiter. So insert into users name, age, birthday, like all values. Saha 23, some value. Alexa 21, some date of birth. Verification like this. Happy birthday, Saha. Like verified. I give a value of look like already I created two tables. So I create two tables, table one and table two. So I give a condition of a trigger. I create a trigger. I create a trigger table one. So I create a trigger in table one. It allows to table two also to pushing after inserting trigger after inserting trigger. So I give a value in this table automatically displayed in this table also. I give a value in this table automatically displayed in this table also. Just like I give a naga, we do search and select star from update in table 2, automatically naga is here. That is the meaning of after updating, after inserting. So two tables is here. Now I took copy paste, create a trigger. So trigger is created. Insert into user values where id like one, name naga, age 23, birth date 08 10 2001. Enter. What? Insert into users. Table name is like users. Row, affected. Select, Select the star from users. Look like this. Then second table is like push notifications. Copy paste. Select the star from push notifications. Look like this. Happy birthday, Naga. In this trigger, I give a number like if condition like new birth date is not null. So insert into push notification values, new ID, new birth date, concat happy birthday. So it matching it automatically. Whatever I give a birthday, like I give a birthday date, it returns happy birthday same date. It returns same date. That is the meaning of before insert. Then before update like trigger is a row level trigger. This is also row level trigger supported by the MySQL database. It is type of a special stored procedure which is executed automatically before a value is updated in a row of database tables, just like as you know, to create a users table, some values, insert some values, creating a trigger, create a the condition like create trigger name before update on users from each row if condition new age less than 0. Then signal SQL state 4000 45,000. Set a message text to age cannot be navigated negative. So end if end delimiter. So update value. So update users set age equal to -1 where name is equal to Sasha. It's enable. Just like as you know how to create a trigger on before updating trigger, so we create one table and insert some values like id, name, age, birthday, id, insert into users like three values we insert. So id, name, because already automatic, that's what we give like here. Now they give primary key and id into article, but that's what they was not mentioning id. That's the matter. That's what it give the return is like id because they was giving id like int article, but that's what. So insert some values. Now I'm creating the trigger using the following create trigger statement. A new trigger before update trigger on users table to display the customized error. Now I'm inserting these values. So insert into users where id second, name Tarak, age 24. So drop table first, just easy to way. Drop table users. Okay. Now copy pasting here. Create users table. Copy. Enter. Even. Insert into users also. So I remove semicolon because it's mistake. It give comma only. Sometimes websites also mistake because speed testing. That's what. Don't feel bad. Where you can here now semicolon. That's what error is here. Then create trigger. As you know the table like this one tools. Sasha Alexa has 2321 birth date. So using following create trigger statement, create new trigger before update trigger on this user table to display the customized error using the SQL state as follows. Like we are creating the trigger like a delimiter. The logic is like if new dot age less than zero, new age less than zero, then signal SQL state 45,000. Set message text like age cannot be negative. End if delimiter now. Copy paste enter. Now Adobe update users set to age minus one where name equals us. Enter. Age cannot be negative because logic is occurred like set message text age cannot be negative where means 0 less than 1. I give you 1 enter. One row affected because my logic is less than 0 it gives age cannot be negative. Now it is a row affected. Select start from user already. Sasha is there. Look like Sasha is there. Age 1 row affected. It I give a set age equal to 1. So that's what removing age 1. Before that, before that, age 23. I give a 1. It declared as a 1. I give set age equal to 1. It added 1, updated. Before that, the logic I give a minus 1 means logic like a less than 0. It gives the test like age cannot be negative. So I give minus 1 where name equal to Sasha. Sasha is like 23. So it's not a less than 0. So it returns age cannot be negative. I give an that's the matter. So I give one updated row affected. Then after update trigger. After update trigger is a row level trigger supported by the MySQL database as its name suggests that after update trigger is executed right after a value is updated in row of a database table. Just like once the after update trigger is defined as MySQL, whenever the update statement is executed in the database, the value of table is updated first, followed by the execution of this trigger. As we know that how to create, we are creating the users then automatically save Sasha Alexa. So create trigger. So delimiter create trigger name after update on. So begin if logic is less than 0, save set me almost save. Just updating here now. So replace before that after that's it. So everything is common. Already we stored users table. That's what a copy paste only trigger enter. Then update sample test minus one. It returns cannot age cannot be negative. A table update users age cannot be negative. Table name is so I give 25 row affected. So select star from users. So Sasha 25 age. So updated. Then finally before delete trigger. It means before deleting trigger is executed right before a value is deleted from a row of database. So with this trigger, whenever a delete statement is executed in this database, the value is deleted from a table first followed by the execution of this trigger. Just like already we had created a customers table, inserting values, some values. We have to write in this trigger. Delimiter create trigger before deleting trigger before delete on customers. As you know, this is the trigger name. This is the event time event customers is existing table for each row. This is insert into old customers values. So I do create and insert values. So create the values. Now insert the values. As you know, this process, that's what I'm copy pasting. Don't say why Nagaraj is doing copy paste, copy paste. Don't say like that. Already, as you know, that what how to insert, how to create table. That's what I'm writing or I'm doing copy paste. Don't feel why he's doing like that. Okay. So creating another table. Same like this. Already we have discussed like this table one, table two. This is same concept. Row affected trigger. So I do explain. Create trigger existing table. Create trigger name like before delete trigger. Before is a event like we discussed before delete. So before delete on customers table for each row begins insert into old customers values. Just like before table like new users user push notification like that before tables. The same content is here and row affected. Now delete from customers where ID equal to 3. I remove. So I open select star from customers. Old customers. No, I'm not inserting. So create trigger. So delete. Just like delete is like a same process. Delete from customers table where ID equal to 3. Look where ID is Kaushik. Delete from customers table where ID equal to 3. Delete from customers customers table where ID equal to enter. Very okay. So observe this. Now I'm removing third one. It automatically enabled in a triggers table. What I did delete in this table. That is the need of delete table. Same. So update means whatever I give here now, it automatically birthday wish is here. So delete related like create a table, use data is here. I remove one data. So it's not a deleting permanently. It show in new table. That is the meaning of delete before. After delete, same as it is. So the difference is like a trigger, same, almost same. So replace delete from commands where I can say replace delete to after, before after. That's it. There is no difference. Trigger also same. Again for enter. Duplicate entry for key. Old customers dot already they had. So ref. That's all of today's class. Tomorrow class we discuss transactions. Before closing, please subscribe my channel.